Welcome to Composing 101. In this video, we'll be learning how to make and upload our first track. But first, what is a track? A track is a single, continuous path that can come in many forms, but we like to divide them into two stylistic types: algorithmic and freestyle. Algorithmic tracks tend to be geometric, not depicting anything figuratively, but capturing complex beauty using math or code-based tools. Freestyle is more figurative, similar to what you would draw on paper. From sailboats to snowboarders to words, these tracks use more traditional hand-drawing methods. Though they look different, both styles have the same core principle. They are composed of a single, continuous, vectorized path. What is a vector? Vectors are directional line segments between points, like in Connect the Dot coloring books. Vector images are made up of vectors, lines, instead of pixels. This means that no matter how far you zoom in, a vector image will never lose clarity, or in other words, pixelate. This is why all Sisyphus tracks play great on any size sand field, from a mini to a coffee table, or even a 10-foot museum-sized Sisyphus. A JPEG or PNG is an image composed of pixels, aka a raster image, and is not directly usable with Sisyphus. So what files can your Sisyphus read? Sisyphus can directly download two file types: theta row files and scalable vector graphics. A theta row file, aka a THR, is a custom vector file type specifically created for Sisyphus. Similar to many other vector file formats, it contains an ordered list of all the points along the track. If you'd like to know more about theta row files and the intricacies of how the Sisyphus program works, please see the guide linked in the description below. Theta row files can be made on software like Sandify and Sisyphus for the rest of us. Sisyphus also takes scalable vector graphics files, aka SVG files. These are vector line paths that can be read and uploaded directly to your table, where Sisyphus converts them into theta row files. SVGs can be made with software like Inkscape and Adobe Illustrator. How Sisyphus reads track files. Sisyphus is programmed to read theta row mapping. Instead of XY, like a line graph, it maps all tracks to polar geometry, where each point has a theta, position around the center, 0, and a row, distance from the center, 0, to the edge, 1. All Sisyphus tracks must start and end at either the center or the edge. Because of this, we use the shorthand 0, 1, 1, 0, 0, 0, and 1, 1 to describe the four categories of tracks based on their starting and ending row position. You have 1, 0 or 0, 1 tracks that start from any point from the edge and end at the center, or the opposite, start at the center and end at the edge. 0, 0 tracks begin in the center and end in the center, and 1, 1 tracks begin and end at the edge. When making tracks, it's important that your track is one of these. If you feed the Sisyphus app a file that is not conformal, it will force the final point to 0 or 1, potentially ruining your design. Now that we've covered some basics, let's make our first track. We'll be using Sandify, an open-source web-based interface by Jeff Eberl that creates patterns, but more importantly, it allows us to make tracks right from our browser. Now that we have Sandify loaded up, let's take a closer look. To the right is a preview of the track you'll be making. Underneath the preview, you can drag the bar to the right and see the exact path the ball will take when forming your track. As you may have noticed, the preview is in a rectangle. To fix this, scroll down and select Polar Machine. A menu will drop down. From here, select Force Endpoints. This makes the track a 0-1 Sisyphus conformal track. Now that the preview is all set up, it's time to play with settings. Under Polygon, you can play with the number of sides your shape has, either by clicking the arrows to the right of the box up and down, or typing in a number manually. If you're not interested in a polygon, choose from star, circle, heart, and many other shapes. Each shape option has different settings you can play with to create new and exciting custom tracks. For this video, we'll be playing with the star, but feel free to follow along with any shape or text that suits your fancy. The starting size changes how large the shape is, with offset X moving it left or right, and offset Y moving the shape up and down. Under modifiers, we can play with the number of loops. This is how many times the track goes around the shape. Below that is grow, which either expands or shrinks the loop each time it goes around. Spin twists the track slightly each time it goes around the shape. With switchbacks, switching the direction of the twist the number of times you choose. And finally, we have track. Track is an advanced feature that was recently added to Sisyphus, which moves the shape along a track shown in green on the preview. You can play with this green track's size and length. And by selecting grow, you can play with how it grows as well. With these tools, you can make pretty stunning tracks right from your browser, but it's important to remember that when you refresh the browser, you will lose your progress and your hard work. To save what you have done, let's export our track. When you're happy with the track you've made, or want to save it before tweaking it further, scroll down to the right and hit Create Code. Under Name of Output, name your track. Do not put anything in Program Start or End Code. Once that is done, hit Generate Theta Row. Your track will be downloaded to your computer. Let's take a closer look at the file. Open up your file with your Notepad, Windows, or TextEdit, Mac. This is your Theta Row file, and at the top you can see all the settings you've inputted to make your track. This means even after refreshing your browser, you have a cheat sheet for recreating your track again with this detailed information. If you've made a lot of drafts and aren't sure which is which, at the top tab where it says Shapes, Wiper, and Code, select Code. From this page, you can directly upload Theta Row files, preview them, and how they play. You are unable to edit your file from here, but it's a great visual guide for Theta Row tracks made on Sisyphus and other Theta Row track making software. If you're happy with your track and just want to upload it directly to your table, go to your Sisyphus app to see what your table or mini's URL address is. Open your Sisyphus app and tap on Settings. From Settings, select Advanced. The second row down is your URL. On your computer browser, type in this URL into the search bar and hit Enter. It should then connect to your Sisyphus, and the screen will show your Sisyphus app interface on the web browser. If this did not work, make sure that your computer and table are on the same Wi-Fi network and try again. Once you have connected your computer browser to your Sisyphus, tap Settings, Advanced, and then Upload Track. Hit Choose Tracks and select the Theta Row file we created on Sisyphus. Select Upload. Give it a moment to load. Once you see the thumbnail image appear and it looks as expected, hit Save. Congrats! You have officially uploaded your first track. Add it to your favorite playlists and watch your kinetic art in motion. Thanks for watching, Sisyphus community. We hope this tutorial is a resource for those who want to explore composing their own kinetic art tracks. Sandify is just one of many ways to create kinetic art on our tables. Thanks again for watching, and tune in next time for Composing 101.